Hello, my dear friends, my dear aspirants. Welcome to Sahithya Academy channel. Today I'm going to teach you Philip Sidney, Sir Philip Sidney, who is one of the most important writers from the Renaissance period. He is the contemporary writer of William Shakespeare, Edmund Spenser, great writers, you know that. Yes, my dear friends, I have discussed about Shakespeare in detail and his works also. Please go through those videos. And more important, please go through the videos that I have discussed on PU lecturer previous year question paper because I have given a plenty of information there. And even in the upcoming days, I'm going to give you the same videos in various types of question papers so that we can cover more and more topics and ideas like that. Of course, I'm going to continue the traditional way of discussion on the British English literature. Of course, other literature also. Yes, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಚಾನಲಿಗೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಬೇಗ ಬೇಗ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೆಲ್ ಐಕಾನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಒತ್ತೋದನ್ನ ಮರಿಬೇಡಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ನೋಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ through that you will come to know. And please do like the videos and please do share the videos. ಹಾಗೆ ಟೆಲಿಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ದರ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ PDF notes and video links also. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸನ್ನ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫಿಲಿಪ್ ಸಿಡ್ನಿ. Yes, you have seen the picture of Philip Sidney and his style because he is the product of humanism, where human is the center, where human is, worshipping. People started to entertain themselves, like with the dress, with the style, with the language, with adventure, writing, so many things like that. So, Philip Sidney is one of them. Philip Sidney, born in 1554 and died in 1586. See, Edmund Spenser, born in 1552, and Shakespeare, born in 1564. Okay, like that, you have to remember the dates, like a chronological order. Okay, I hope the screen is visible properly. Philip Sidney is a poet, courtier, scholar, and also a great soldier. Uh, like uh, then he was born in Kent, England, into an influential noble family. King Philip II was his, godfather. He was educated at Christ Church and also Oxford University, but he left early without taking his degree. He was so rebellious. He doesn't he didn't tolerate anything. That is why he left Oxford University. In 1572, he embarked on a grand tour of Europe. So, like such tours or trips are very common at the time to other countries such as France, Germany, Italy, countryside, like that. You can see in Wordsworth, Keats, say many other writers like such as. Okay, 1572. It is very important because he got influenced from other writers from other countries where Renaissance took its birth. Okay, in 1572, he embarked on a great grand tour of Europe, visiting France, Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands, where he met many leading intellectuals. This is important, and politicians. You know that he is very much interested in writing as well as in politics. He is a soldier also. Influenced by humanism. ಅಲ್ವಾ ಇಟಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ರಿನೈನ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬೆಳೆದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಜರ್ಮನಿ, ಇಟಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವನು ಅವರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯಿಂದ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಆಫ್ ನರೇಷನ್ ಇಂದ ಅವನು ಲೈಕ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಲ್ದೆ ಹ್ಯೂಮನಿಸಮ್ ಇಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮೆನಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ tour. Sidney was in love with Penelope Duras but never married her. It is like a star-crossed lover. ಆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ಡ್ ಲವರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ರೋಮಿಯೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಜೂಲಿಯಟ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಟೂ ವೇಸ್ ಲವ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇಂದಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಬ್ರು ಒಂದಾಗೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಪೆನೆಲೋಪ್, ಬಟ್ ಫಿಲಿಪ್ ಸಿಡ್ನಿ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಲವ್ ವಿತ್ ಪೆನೆಲೋಪ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಾಕ್ಸ್. So that is the minimum information about their love. And also he wrote what to say, Astrophel and Stella, dedicated to Penelope Duras. We can see that. Yes, Sidney was a well-respected courtier under Queen Elizabeth I, though he sometimes fell out of favor due to his outspoken nature. He was so rebellious, I told you. ಅವನು ಯಾವುದೇ ಇದನ್ನ ಅವನು ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ರೆಬಲ್ಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಅವನು ರೆಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು? ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಕ್ವೀನ್ ಎಲಿಜಬೆತ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು, ಲೈಕ್ ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಇಂಟಾಲರೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಥಲಿಸಮ್, ಪ್ರಾಟೆಸ್ಟೆಂಟಿಸಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೆ, ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ he was follower of Protestant beliefs, was opposed to Queen Elizabeth's potential marriage to the Catholic Duke of Anjou, which led to temporary exile from court in 1579. So 1579 ಅಲ್ಲಿ, so he had to live life in exile. Very important turning point, because at that time he wrote Arcadia. He was opposing Catholicism, Queen Elizabeth's tolerance towards Catholicism. Okay, next. At the time of at that time when he was in exile in 1579, at the time he lived with his sister Mary Herbert. Mary Herbert, Countess of Pembroke, for a while. For a short period of time he lived there. At that time he wrote Arcadia, his famous prose work. In 1585 he returned to Elizabeth's court. He was also an early supporter of English colonial ventures. You know that, right? At that time Renaissance was in at its peak. Colonialism was at its peak. So he also encouraging that. So he was encouraging Sir Walter Raleigh's adventures, his colonialism policy. In 1585, Sidney was appointed governor of Flushing. In 1586, he joined the campaign against Spanish forces in the Netherlands. Okay, so Spain was famous for Catholicism. So he was opposing Catholicism, like that he was opposing Spain also. On 22nd September 1586, during the Battle of Zutphen, it is very important because at that time he was fatally wounded. Sidney was severely wounded in the thigh by a musket shot. According to legend, as he lay dying, he refused water offered to him, giving it instead to a wounded soldier, saying, Thy necessity is yet greater than mine. See what kind of sacrifice he made. ಸೊ ತನಗೆ ನೀರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅದು ತಾನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸೋ ಬದಲಾಗಿ ತನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಯೋ ಅಂಚಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಸೈನಿಕನಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಅವನನ್ನ ಬದುಕಿಸಿ ತಾನು ಸಾಯ್ತಾನೆ. ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಾಯಲ್ಲ. He died within a month at the age of 31. See, very young age, 31. Spencer dedicated his shepherd's calendar to Sydney. Important point, please mark down. Wrote Astrophel. Astrophel is an elegy. After the death of Sidney, Philip Sidney, Edmund Spencer wrote Astrophel in the memory of Philip Sidney, his friend. An elegy to mourn his death. His major works, Astrophel and Stella, he might have done so many works also, but he died at the very early, age. Astrophel and Stella, The Defense of Poesy. It was published in 1595 after his death, posthumously. The Countess of Pembroke's Arcadia, prose work. So it was revised twice. So, second time ಬರ್ದಂತಹ Arcadia named as the New Arcadia. The Lady of May, it is a minor work, one act play. First important work is Astrophel and Stella. It was written around 1580s. Believed to be around 1582 to 1591 ನಲ್ಲಿ it got print, but 1582 ಅಂತ like people used to believe. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 1580s. So this is a sonnet sequence. Sonnet sequence ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ collection of sonnets are there. Sonnet 1, sonnet 2, sonnet 3, sonnet 4, like that. Sonnet sequence, the first major sonnet cycle in English literature. The first sonnet sequence in English literature. It consists of 108 sonnets and 11 songs. So why did they divided it as songs and sonnets? Because sonnet has its own pattern and song has its own pattern. That is why. Okay, 108 sonnets ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆ collection ಅಲ್ಲಿ, 11 songs. The work is deeply personal because he is talking about himself and Stella. Who is Stella here? Penelope Devereux. Reflecting themes of love, desire, and poetic inspiration. It is addressed to Penelope Devereux, who later wed to Lord Robert Rich. She becomes Lady Rich. So the name Astrophel, see, the name Astrophel or Astrophil means star lover, and Stella means star. So he is the star lover. Who is Astrophel here? Philip Sidney is the star lover. Who is star? Stella. Stella means Penelope Devereux. He was in love with Penelope Devereux. Astrophel stands for Sidney. Stella stands for Devereux. Symbolizes Sidney as a devoted admirer and Penelope as an unattainable celestial figure. Of course, we like stars. We admire stars. We admire moon. But we can't get it. That is what unattainable celestial figure. Celestial means ಆಕಾಶದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ನಕ್ಷತ್ರದ ಹಾಗೆ. Written in Petrarchan style, he introduced Petrarchan style of writing. Of course, already Watt and Surrey explored in the style. So he continued to write in Petrarchan style. Stella is portrayed as an idealized woman like Petrarch, compared to celestial and divine imagery. ಸೊ ಪೆಟ್ರಾರ್ಕ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ತನ್ನ ಲವರ್ ಅನ್ನ ತನ್ನ ಸಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಫಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಲೈಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೋ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಫಿಲಿಪ್ ಸಿಡ್ನಿ ಈಸ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. He is following his style. The poems frequently depict an internal struggle between rational self control and overwhelming emotions. So, for example, ಯಾರನ್ನೋ ಒಬ್ಬನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ಲವ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಗರ್ಲ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ವಿತ್ ಲವ್ ವಿತ್ ಅ ಬಾಯ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಅವರು ಏನೇ ಕೆಟ್ಟದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ, ಅವ್ರು ಏನೇ ಒಳ್ಳೇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ, ಇಟ್ ಸೀಮ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ವಿ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಇಟ್. We don't able to control ourselves in the matter of loved one. So that is the topic here he is discussing. He defends the role of poetry in expressing deep personal experiences, so that we can see in Apology for Poetry in the next work. So I have given some examples here. Sonnet number 1, sonnet number 31, sonnet number 39, a kind of important works. Sonnet number 1, the poet's inspiration. Loving in truth and fain in verse my love to show. Fool, said my muse to me, look in thy heart and write. Important quotations. Sonnet number 31, the moon as a philosopher. With how sad steps, O moon, thou climbest the skies. Sonnet number 39, an appeal to sleep. Come sleep, oh sleep, the certain knot of peace. Okay, please explore further. Astrophel and Stella set the stage for later English sonnet sequences. So upcoming writers started to imitate Sidney or other writers in their writing. It introduced Petrarchan themes into English poetry, blending Italian sonnet traditions with the original English innovations. Next important work is Arcadia, 1577 to 1580. Between this period, he has written so Arcadia, and the second, the new Arcadia also. The Countess of Pembroke's Arcadia. So the full title. This is the full title. This is the prose romance. He blends chivalric adventure, pastoral themes, political intrigue, and philosophical reflection. Title and setting taken from 16th century Italian poet Jacopo Sanazzaro's Arcadia, from where he is borrowed. This is important. Dedicated to his sister. I told you, right? In 1579, he was in exile. He lived with his sister, the Countess of Pembroke. So at that time, so Mary Sidney Herbert is his sister. He dedicated to her, the Countess of Pembroke, who later helped edit and publish it. So after the death of Philip Sidney, she edited the work and published it. So there are two different versions, the old Arcadia and the new Arcadia. The old Arcadia, a shorter version in 5 books, written primarily for his sister's entertainment. At free time, they used to entertain themselves. The new Arcadia, a more complex, unfinished revision that expands the narrative and includes deeper political and philosophical themes. It is unfinished. After Sidney's death, In 1586, Mary Sidney Herbert edited and published the book in 1590 as The Countess of Pembroke's Arcadia. A later edition in 1593 combined both versions. Let me stop here. I will continue in the next video with the elaborate discussion on Arcadia. For more classes, please do subscribe to the channel and please do like the video. Don't forget to share it.